Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing a little update on my fish room. I haven't done one in a while and there have been like a lot of changes in the fish room, so yeah, I'm going to start this off. Excuse the mess, but the first thing I did was I got some tables for my tanks. So now I have places to look at them with on eye level. And I also got a 40 breeder and two more little 3-gallon buckets and a lot more fish in tanks. So yeah, start this off in detail. So here in the first tank, this is the 6-gallon tub with one of my guppy colonies and my red breast sunfish Jack, who is he's still dealing with parasite. Nothing has really changed in this tank except that I put a little piece of carbon over the outtake of the sponge filter because I'm dealing with a little nitrate problem. Yeah, nothing really is going on too much in this tank. I moved Amazon sword, took out some Java Java fern, and put in some Rotella indica, some snails, but nothing really big has changed in this tank, so I'm not gonna be on it too much. So this is the second tank. This is my 5-gallon Alabama Biotope. This did hold a male and female blue dwarf crayfish, or the Cambarellus diminutus, but sadly the female died of still unknown reasons. I didn't put any copper in it or do anything to change the water. I checked the parameters, it's fine. But in here there's my male diminutus crayfish. I have some wild collected guppy grass, some native moss species, just some oak twigs and oak leaves. I do have a piece of hornwort in the back there. Like, not too much is going on with this. This is just new tank that I have. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it now that the female died. I may keep it same, just with one crayfish. I may wait till my local fish store gets a new shipment of the Cambarellus diminutus, but till then, this is really all that's gonna happen. There's a good shot of the male. It's a very active crayfish, I like it. Yeah, that's this tank. Moving on to my third and probably favorite tank in the room at the moment. This is my Cross River Nigerian Biotope. In here is just a pair of Gardnerite killifish. There's the female. There's the male in the back. I did see some spawning action today right over here, but I didn't see any eggs. I've looked hard for them. I've shined a flashlight and everything, but I haven't seen any eggs. Plants in here is water sprite, some crinum right here. I have a micro sword, and I also have over here red tiger lotus, and also I have frog bit. I know it's not true to the biotope, same with the micro sword, but needed some plants and replacements, so it is a partial biotope, but it still does really well. And one of my favorite parts is the root structure right here. I collected the roots in my backyard. I dried them out for 2 days, and then I boiled them for 30 minutes. Then I baked them. No, then I let them dry out. Then I baked them at 300 degrees for a few hours, I think 2 or 3. Then I boiled them again. Then I finally was able to use them in the tank, made sure they're safe. But I love the structure on it, and it's very hard to find stuff like this on the market in the hobby, so I try to find a replacement. So I just went in my backyard, and it's doing just absolutely amazing. Yeah, I haven't seen any fry or any eggs. They have been spawning since I got them. the male was flashed to the female in the first 2 hours that I got them. There's a video I have that goes that shows off this tank really well. Is my previous video. You should go watch it. I also have a rain system for the tank, which I will make a specific video on, but it's supposed to imitate the rainy season, and it's because of the shape of the droplets and the sound that really makes the fish think that there is rain. So yeah, it's about it for this tank really. So this is my first 10 gallon in the room. This is a Sumatran biotope. So in here are 4 Celebes rainbows, 1 male, 3 females. I have a ram's horn snail infestation, which I got assassin snails for. I have Java fern, marimo moss. I know marimo moss is from Japan, but you know, whatever. Java fern, Java moss. And I haven't seen any fry yet. I hope there's gonna be fry. I also have bamboo growing out the top there. I cut a little hole for it. I do have to fill up the tank again. Could do a water change today to encourage the breeding maybe. I also have 3 cuy loaches in here. I scaped this to be long, so there's the side of the tank, so I scaped for depth and not width. Yeah, they're doing really well. The male's flashing again. I am feeding them omega-1 flakes at the moment, and that's really all that they're eating. They've rejected tube effects worms and brine shrimp. So yeah, that's really about it for this tank. I do have to get the leaves out. You can see how much they're decaying and how the snails are eating them. But yeah, that's really it for this first 10 gallon. This is my second 10 gallon. This is a Malaysian stream imitation. Don't call it a biotope because none of the plants really or anything in there is a biotope. It's all just the stock that's from Malaysia. But in here I have 2 bamboo shrimp. You can see one there. I have 5 little bumblebee gobies. And I do have a night goby which has a problem. If you can see the white on its head. I'm not sure what it is yet. I'll look into it. I just noticed this today. But this is my moss only tank, even though marimo moss is an algae. It's my moss only tank. Yeah, there's something definitely wrong with it. I have to do something about that. But it's all growing in very well. I like how it's doing. And the bumblebee gobies are doing extremely well. All of them are healthy. The bamboo shrimp molted recently, and everything's growing in really, really well. So yeah, that's really it for this. I don't go into too much detail because I need to worry about my little night goby over here at the moment. Yeah, I'll do treatment on that definitely. Find out what it is. Yeah, it's really it for this tank. There's little bumblebee goby. Love these little guys. I feed tube effects worms in this tank. Tube effects worms are small enough for these guys. I also sometimes feed little micro worms, which I culture myself. Yeah, that's it for this tank. So this is my main guppy colony. It's not biotope or anything. This is just chock full of plants, chock full of duckweed on top. The guppies are doing very well. My big female right here, she dropped recently her fryer in a fry tank. But this is doing very, very well. I like the females. For some reason I got an Endler. No, PetSmart guppies sometimes happens. I like how this one right here turned out. Its tail isn't eaten or anything, that's just the way it is. Looks like a top sword tail. If you can see that. It's really, really pretty. But yeah, they're doing good. I take a lot of moss out of here. I have Java moss growing. Rotella indica, water spray, guppy grass, hornwort. The hornwort isn't doing too well for some reason. It's not growing as much as I would like it to grow, and also the guppies aren't producing as much as I would like. So my peacock bass isn't growing as fast as I would like it to. But you know, sometimes it just happens like that. Nothing really else to say about this tank. I like to use the pots from plants that I buy. They're really good for cover, for I can hide away there. Yeah, it's really about it for this tank. Sorry for the glare of the 20 gallon, but this is my 30 gallon peacock bass tank at the moment. I'm gonna upgrade it over the summer. There's Xavier, my Kilberry peacock bass. It's only around 3 inches. Is my big, like, 4-inch hopla catfish, and I added 4 mystery snails in here to get rid of the brown algae in the back and on the sides, and they did breed today. Here are the eggs. I'm incubating them at the moment. 2 clutches. Nothing much to say about this tank. This little bucket. It's just on moist paper. So I do have a lot of plants over there. I can't be bothered to replant them. I'll probably plant that Pontigeton. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But Xavier's doing fantastic. Nothing's wrong with him. He's always eating, always going around. He does still follow things I throw past the tank. And yeah, it's just such a fun tank to look at. Xavier's really, really, really cool. Can't wait till he grows up. And surprisingly, he doesn't eat cichlid gold. He doesn't eat a new food that I got him right here. Doesn't eat the krill. I try to get on some more protein. He only ever eats live food and omega-1 freshwater flakes. It's the only 2 things this little guy eats. It's funny. Yeah, I'm starting to feed him twice a day so he grows bigger. Yeah, that's really it for this tank. There's nothing much to say about this tank. This is my fry tank. It just has some hornwort, some duckweed. I need to get a pump for the filter back there. It has heater. These are all guppy fry and feeding them microworms. Then eventually I will feed them to my peacock bass. That's really it for this little tank. There's nothing much to say. There are quite a few fry in there, as you can see. Yeah, I'll move on next one. This is my temporary wild caught crayfish tub. It has, I'm pretty sure these are rusty. That's a male. Then I have a female somewhere right there. Female has 1 claw. They have both molted, which is good. That means they're healthy. I have a little filter in here, some duckweed. Duckweed is mainly for nitrates and nitrites. Yeah, there's nothing much to say about this. It's just a little 3-gallon holding tub at the moment until I get the pump and the filter for my 25-gallon tub, which I'm going to set up, and I'll have more crayfish, more wild-caught crayfish in there. I'm not sure what types these are. They have little orange tips or claws. I'm pretty sure these are rusties or northern hemisphere crayfish. Haven't been able to ID them yet. But yeah, it's it for this thing. I usually have this cover on top so then they don't escape. Yeah, it's my crayfish tub. So the last tank I'm going to be going over in my fish room is my 30-gallon native tank. This tank, these are all wild caught fish. In here I have 4 rosy side dace. If you see my collecting video, you saw me catch 2 more. It has 1 Johnny darter. It has 4 fantail darters. I'm pretty sure the fantail darters spawned because I used to have a really fat female in here, and now it's not fat anymore. It's pretty skinny, but I'm feeding it. In here, I also have my bluegill sunfish. I have 2 creek chubs, still both juveniles. I run 2 sponge filters in this tank because of the stock. I have a bullhead catfish, which I can see in the reflection right here.
There's my little bullhead catfish. It's growing pretty big. I'm impressed by the growth size. I'll upgrade it to another tank soon. So backpedaling there. There's my Johnny Darter. I also have a sculpin somewhere in here, which I caught recently. The darters will only eat brine shrimp and pomace shrimp. They will not eat the flakes. There's Matilda, my northern river cooter. She's doing really, really well. I've been able to hand feed her now, so I put a little duckweed on my finger and then put it in front of her face and she'll eat it. She's growing, she's doing well. It's her basking spot. I added pothos in here. I like the root structure. I do also have an American eel in here if I can find it. Oh yeah, there it is. There's my American eel. It's hiding in the dark as it always does. It's doing well. American eels surprisingly have quite a lot of personality. I love them. Always out when feeding, not hiding like most people think they do. Yeah, this is really, really, really good tank. You can see that male. It's pretty good, colored up. Not too colored up. Its red isn't too gray, but yeah, they're all doing very, very well. I'm very happy with this tank. Do need to clean the algae, but I have a lot of hair algae. I do want the hair algae to grow on the rocks though. But yeah, it's really about it for this tank. It's one of my favorite tanks to look at as well, especially because Matilda's in here. Again, she is a northern river cooter. And yeah, it's really about it for this tank.